everyone, welcome back for today's Workshop Wednesday. We are going to be removing a full coverage jelly tip. This is a short almond jelly tip with a little bit of growth on it, and we are going to be trying to remove it today with the magical gel remover. And this is what the bottle looks like. Here's all the ingredients, and then on the back it does state that it is HEMA-free, cruelty-free, and it's also organic. So this is what the bottle looks like. It is a 15 milliliter bottle. As of right now, this product is sold out, but I will try and link it in my Instagram stories when it's back available and on my YouTube page as well. So this is what the consistency looks like. You can see it's a little bit more of a thicker consistency. I wouldn't say it's as thick as a builder gel. It's definitely not as thick as that, but it is a little bit of a thicker consistency, and it does look a little bit grainy, but that is normal. And then we are going to be using this cuticle pusher as well to try to remove that. And then we are going to be using a buffing block, and then I am going to be using an e-file. So this bit right here is a Volcano bit, and then I am going to be using this little ball bit right here. It is a cuticle bit. Now you do not need to use an e-file on this. You can just continue to buff, but I just like to use my e-file just because it is a little bit faster. So the first part of this process, we are going to go in with this little buffing block file, and I'm just going to go over the whole entire nail and just smooth as much of that as I can. And now I'm going to cut the tip off my jelly tip. That's where I didn't have any natural nail growing. And then that's going to be a little bit less work for us. When we do cut that tip down a little bit, it's going to be extra product that we need to try and get off. So then I'm going to go in with this filing block. This is a 100 to 180 grit filing block. I'm going to go over the whole entire nail with that, and I'm going to make sure that I'm kind of staying away from any of the natural nail that's already grown out. And I really want to focus on where that jelly tip is, and it is the thickest part right now where the middle of my nail is all the way to the end of the tip. So now we are going to go ahead and use that e-file. So the first bit I'm going to be using here is that cuticle bit, and I really like this bit. It's super gentle, easy on the skin, and when you are using this kind of bit, you just want to make sure that you are letting the nail drill do the work for you. You don't want to be pressing too hard. You just want to make sure you have a nice speed that you're comfortable with, and that you are gently removing any of that product. So I really like this to get in between the cuticle area. I also use this bit for cuticle cleanup, and I use it to clean up the sidewalls. So this next bit here, it looks a little intimidating, but it's actually really awesome. This is a Volcano bit. It is a diamond carbonite Volcano bit, and it has a safety on the edge, so if you do get too close to your skin, you will not nick yourself or anything like that. And you just want to make sure that you are using a speed, like I said, that you're comfortable with. And right now I'm really focusing on thinning down that area of that full jelly tip, and I'm staying away from any of the natural nail. You just want to make sure that you're just focusing on that jelly tip. So we're going to continue doing that, and then towards the end I'm really going to focus on that end tip of the nail, because that's where I have that product, the jelly tip glue on there. I have a lot of that gel product on that end of that tip, so I just want to make sure that we are focusing on that end of the tip. Now you don't have to use an e-file. If you don't have an e-file or you're not comfortable with the e-file, that's totally fine. You can still get the same results. You're just going to go in with a buffing block and your regular hand file and just carefully file down on that entire nail, and just be careful for that natural nail. So right now I'm going in again just to make sure after that e-file that everything is really nice and smooth, and I can already tell that a lot of the bulk from the jelly tip is almost thinner on my nail. So now, just to make sure that it's where I want it to be, I am going in with my normal nail file, and you're probably like, that's a lot of steps, but honestly these are just the tools that work really well for me when I am trying to thin down my jelly tip. Whatever process works best for you for filing and slimming down that jelly tip, definitely do that. But again, this is just what works best for me. And I'm just finishing up here, and you can really see how that jelly tip is super thin. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a lint-free wipe, and I'm going to make sure I'm removing any of that extra filing dust off the nail before we go ahead and dip or not dip, before we go ahead and brush on that magical gel remover onto the nail. So when you are using this product, I was really surprised that there is no scent to it. And I'm pregnant, so I am super sensitive to scents right now, but I did not have any odor when I was using this product. So right now, I'm just gently placing this product over the entire nail. Now, if you do get it on your natural nail, don't worry about it at all. I did not run into any problems or irritation when I applied this to my entire nail. Now, for today's purpose of this video, we are only going to be removing the jelly tip from the thumb. I did already go ahead and remove the jelly tips from the rest of the fingers. So once you place a good amount of this on your nail, just make sure your nail is completely covered and saturated. We are going to let this sit for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, if you are using a gel polish only on your natural nail, you do not need to let this sit that long. You could really just get away with letting it sit for 3 minutes, but since we are using a jelly tip and then it's going through the jelly tip and then the jelly tip glue, I'm just making sure that I'm giving it enough time. As you can see there, that the product is lifting, and you can see that it's kind of like lifting and kind of bubbling up right there. So that is the sign that your product is working. So I'm just going to let it sit here for another couple seconds, and then we're going to go in with our cuticle pusher, and it is going to be super satisfying. There's just something about this product that is super satisfying to remove, and I really like that it's not harsh on my nails as it is when I am soaking in acetone, because acetone is really bad for your skin and it dries out your cuticles. And now that I live in Wisconsin and we are heading into that fall season, anything I can do to not make my skin drier right now is the key. So here is the little cuticle scraper that we are using. We are going to be using the bigger end of the cuticle pusher here. Now watch how we are going to do this. We're going to go straight down and look at all of that jelly tip coming off. Isn't that awesome? That is a lot of product, and that is only on our first layer, and I waited 6 minutes. So that is that jelly tip coming off there, as you can see. And then I'm just going to gently make sure that I'm getting the rest of it off. Now this is a very gentle process. I'm not pushing hard at all on the nail. If you are pushing hard on the nail at all, stop what you're doing and let that product sit for a little bit longer, because this is a really gentle process for me and I'm not applying very much pressure at all to the nail. So now that we are almost done scraping the rest of this product off, you can see here that the jelly tip is pretty much gone, and you can see that my natural nail is basically through with that one coat. Now I am going in and cleaning up that remaining product with an alcohol lint-free wipe. And my nail looks good right now. I just have a little bit of product left, and that is the jelly tip glue on the nail. I mean, I could really get away with not doing an extra layer, but I just wanted to go ahead and put one more layer of the product on my nail. And this time, instead of leaving it on for 6 minutes, I'm just going to leave it on for 3 minutes just to make sure I'm really cleaning up that nail. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this part, and I'll pop back in just a few moments. All right, now that the 3 minutes is up, we're going to go ahead and remove the remaining gel product off our nail. So as you can see here, I'm gently pushing on the nail here, and I'm barely getting any product off the nail. That's because I did get about 99% of it off when I did the first coat and we waited that 6 minutes. So technically I didn't need to go in with another layer, but I just wanted to make sure I was getting all that extra product off the nail. And as you can see here, my nail is down to the natural nail, and there is no more gel product on the nail. And I'm just cleansing off the nail with a alcohol lint-free wipe. And you can see right there that there is no more jelly tip and how smooth that nail is. And it looks way better than after soaking your nail in acetone. So I really like that about this product. And I really like that you can remove your gel polish with it, and you can remove your jelly tips, because jelly tips can be really hard to remove and it can be quite a process, especially if you are falling off. This is definitely magical, and this can be your handy dandy tool when you are removing your jelly tips. Again, it's HEMA-free, organic, and cruelty-free. So when this is in stock, definitely snatch it up. It is the Magical Gel Remover. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will go ahead and link everything that we use in today's video in the description box below. Please consider subscribing, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next week's Workshop Wednesday. Bye!